Hello, my name is Grzegorz Ileczko, and I will show you a theory about dark energy. Completely new theory. In astronomy, there is already a hypothesis about dark energy. The hypothesis says that dark energy is responsible for the expansions of the universe. However, a complete theory is missing. There are no equations, no models how it works. I will show you a completely new theory. Everything will be explained in detail, how the model is constructed, how it works. I will show you the hypothesis, mathematical theory, everything. We are sailing into undiscovered waters. We discover undiscovered land, terra incognita, horizon of understanding. We will also broaden horizon of understanding. Catch up with unattainable. Dark energy is elusive, slipping out of our hands. We have to catch it, measure it, study it. We have to reach the final frontier. We have to get there. The vanguard of astrophysics. Every physicist, astronomer, astrophysicist would like to create a working model of dark energy, a theory of dark energy with working numerical model. I think I succeeded, or at least I'm close. I'll show you, of course. Endless possibilities. We open the door, we crack the door, we put foot in there. We look what's happening behind that door. There is already new physics there. Everything is ahead of us. So I invite you. Here is the scheme we will follow. There is a lot of knowledge about dark energy. I have really gathered a lot of it. So I have divided it into several episodes. At the beginning, I will show the current state of knowledge. I will also present a new scientific hypothesis. Today's episode will be about it. Next, I will present the scientific theory using mathematical equations. Next episode will be about it. Then, when we have the appropriate equations and we will know where they came from, which equation depends on which, how it works, then we will be able to construct a computer model, numerical model to calculate value of dark energy. The calculations can be performed for any astronomical object, for example, Earth or Sun, for every astronomical object. Yes, I was not mistaken. I know what I am talking about. Verification of the theory, at least partial verification is possible. Perhaps complete verification is not yet possible, but partial verification is possible. The classical approach to dark energy is simple. Dark energy is responsible for the expansion of the universe. On the left, you see a galaxy, the Milky Way, for example. The galaxy is moving at low velocity. On the right, you see a distant, very distant galaxy. This object is moving at a high speed. The high speed is a result of the influence of dark energy. Since the distant galaxy is moving at a high speed, there is a Doppler effect. Therefore, we observe a redshift of the spectrum of the distant galaxy. That is the present-day hypothesis about dark energy. Something must be responsible for the expansion of the universe. This is the classical approach. My theory partly confirms this, but partly it is different. Dark matter. We have jumped to dark matter. The classical understanding of this is that it's responsible for the integrity of the entire galaxy. The galaxy is rotating. Astronomers have calculated that the force of gravity is not enough to hold the stars in the galaxy. The galaxy should split apart. So there must be some force, dark matter, that holds the stars in galaxy. What does this have to do with dark energy? In my theory, dark energy is responsible for the same effect as dark matter. Dark energy is responsible for integrity of the galaxy. It's not dark matter, but it is a dark energy. The integrity of the galaxy, the expansion of the universe. There are therefore two physical phenomena, the expansion of the universe and integrity of the galaxy. Dark energy is responsible for both phenomena, even for many more phenomena, about which later. Schematic view of the dark energy problem. Everyone knows the force of gravity. It's down here. It is the law of gravitation by Isaac Newton. Dark energy is still a hypothesis, and we are trying to understand it. The mysterious dark energy is not named that way without reason. It is beyond our comprehension. We cannot see this energy directly. It is impossible to understand this phenomenon. There is another form of energy. I call it gravitational energy. For now, it is a mysterious gravitational energy. This energy is very closely related to dark energy. In fact, dark energy and gravitational energy are similar, like two sides of the same coin. One side and the other side. Obverse and reverse. Two sides of one coin. In this way, gravitational energy can be known and understood quite easily. Now, this problem can be easily managed. It is even possible to calculate value of gravitational energy for given astronomical object. Gravitational energy is the other side of the coin. It works like a mirror, perfectly reflects the value of dark energy. If we understand and calculate gravitational energy, we will automatically understand and calculate dark energy as well. Here is schematically shown that all parameters are interplanetary. This effect applies not only to planets, but also to moons, asteroids, stars, and black holes. This applies to all objects that have mass. Here is an illustrative drawing. As I said, in my theory, dark energy concerns many aspects, many physical and astronomical phenomena. From the left, you can see gravitational objects, planets, stars, black holes, as well as moons and asteroids too. But there was no more place in the drawing. Redshift, the wavelength spectrum of observed distant astronomical objects. Galactic integrity, for which dark matter is classically responsible. In my theory, dark energy is responsible for the galactic integrity. Quantum gravity. Yes, There is a connection between dark energy and quantum gravity. I will also show you that. As you can see, there are quite a lot of topics. We can put it all together like a puzzle to understand the whole. Each topic will be shown in a separate episode, in its proper order. Here is a schematic representation. Gravitational energy, quantum gravity, redshift, and galactic integrity. Let's number the appropriate topics in the proper order. In that order, they will be presented. We will start with gravitational energy, of course. In the next video, I will present quantum gravity. Next, redshift and galactic integrity. So, we start with dark energy. This is a hypothesis. Dark energy interpenetrates with gravitational energy. I said it before. The blue and red arrows symbolize this process. Both forms of energy concerns astronomical objects, planets, stars, black holes, moons, asteroids, and others. We move on. Dark energy is vacuum energy, and it is also a zero-field energy. Zero-field energy is a vacuum energy. Gravitational energy is the other side of the coin, which is also dark energy. Even dark matter is also dark energy, in the sense that is responsible for the same physical phenomena. All the names shown here, these are synonyms. These names refer to one thing, one phenomenon. It is dark energy. Here is a little digression. Several different forms of energy are presented here. All forms of energy I know: thermal energy, heat, chemical energy, such as a battery or accumulator, mechanical energy, various forms, electricity, magnetic field energy, coil energy, electric field energy, capacitor for example, electromagnetic wave energy, radio transmission, potential energy, kinetic energy, energy of the rest mass of a body, the most famous equation, renewable energy, wind, rivers, green energy, nuclear energy, radioactive decay, thermonuclear energy, synthesis of atomic nuclei, biological energy, spiritual energy, Tai Chi, Qigong, and Chi energy by old style West that I practice, but silence about it. I added dark energy to this set and its mirror image, gravitational energy. I don't know if I've listed all the forms of energy that exist. There may be other forms of energy that I have not listed here. Important is that one form of energy can be transformed into another. Second form can be transformed into a third. Energy is expressed in units of joules, but also electron volts or kilowatts. Besides, which unit is correct? Well, all forms are correct. So, you see that the physical concept of energy is a little fuzzy. Energy is not precisely defined. It is necessary to define exactly what form of energy are we talking about. We must select one form from many different forms of energy. Let's go back to the previous slide again. It shouldn't surprise you that dark energy has several equivalent names: vacuum energy, or zero-field energy, or gravitational energy, or even dark matter. These names overlap and refer to the same phenomenon. This is not strange or unusual situation. Dark energy flows into the object. It flows from the cosmic space. It flows. A schematic presentation, a simple animation. It helps us imagine what this phenomenon is. The same process again, but a different arrangement. Sphere of dark energy from cosmic space flows closer and closer to the object. This is the hypothesis. I put forward such a hypothesis. Let's look inside an astronomical object, such as a planet. We remove this cocoon and look inside. We have layers. We need to divide the object into appropriate layers. Here we have 10 layers, but in reality we need thousands of layers, up to 10,000 layers and more. We have 10 layers here for better drawing readability. The force of gravity. We know what it is. Gravitational energy is located within these layers. We will calculate this energy and then we will understand how gravitational energy works. Once we find the solution for gravitational energy, we will automatically know the result for dark energy. Mamy wynik ilościowy dotyczący ciemnej energii, tak? Bo 10 joules of gravitational energy equals 10 joules of dark energy, and 1 billion joules of gravitational energy equals 1 billion joules of dark energy. The result is exactly the same in both cases. Gravitational energy concerns the layers of the object. Dark energy is coming from space. When the receiver takes, the transmitter gives. You know, even King Solomon cannot pour from an empty cup. These two forms of energy balance each other. It can be said that is an external and internal form of energy. All these concepts are new. It's a hypothesis of dark energy. In the next video, we will calculate the gravitational energy for all layers and whole object. We will derive the appropriate mathematical and physical equations. I will present the full theory. I invite you to the next episode. You must watch it. Bye.